once dismissed as lifeless. A boundless sea of shifting sand. Heat so relentless, it scorched even the sky. A place believed to hold nothing but silence. Yet buried beneath these golden waves lies a story forgotten by time. A lake so vast, it dwarfed modern nations. Cities once stood here, proud and alive, now vanished without a trace. Ancient passageways carved into stone long before the first pyramid rose in Egypt. This is not emptiness, it's a code, written in dust and stone. The Sahara guards secrets that rewrite everything we thought we knew. It was once lush, rivers flowed, trees reached for the sky, life flourished. Wildlife roamed freely, and people built civilizations beneath the shade. Then everything changed. The rain ceased, and the heavens turned away. Kingdoms withered, swallowed by drought. Sand reclaimed the land. But the silence is no longer complete. The desert is beginning to speak. Discover why NASA turned to this ancient terrain instead of a lab. Learn how caravans once valued salt above all else, even gold. And meet the trees that defied logic by growing upside down. This is a realm of paradox and wonder. A landscape that challenges perception and history alike. The Sahara is not just sand, it's memory. And that memory is awakening. Join us on a journey beneath the dunes and see the desert as you've never seen it before. Beneath the Sahara's sweeping sands lies a revelation. This was once a land of water and wonder. Millennia ago, rivers danced where silence now reigns. Monsoon rains once drenched this land, birthing lakes so vast they mirrored the sky. Crocodiles slid through shallows. Hippos lounged in cool basins. Nomadic herders roamed the green, their stories carved into stone. Giraffes stretching tall, antelope in flight. Their lives, captured in pigment, remain etched into rock walls, now fading under a merciless sun. But time shifted, subtly and without warning. A tilt in Earth's axis diverted the rains, and the breath of the Sahara grew dry. What followed was more than drought, it was an erasure. Silence descended like a shroud, swallowing cultures, memories, entire worlds. But the desert did not sleep, it moved. In eastern Algeria, the Grandeur Oriental whispers across forgotten ruins, dunes creeping slowly, endlessly. Caravan paths, Roman forts, they vanish grain by grain under golden tides. Farther west, in Morocco's Erg Chebi, the sand sings. A ghostly vibration once believed to be cries of the lost, now known as resonating quartz in perfect harmony. A music the earth hums only in deserts. But deeper still, a lie riddles more ancient than empire. Beneath Libya's arid crust, ancient aquifers still hold water older than pyramids. The Garamantes, a forgotten civilization, once tunneled beneath the desert, drawing life from its veins. Their qanats rivaled Rome in precision, silent feats of desert engineering. But even genius could not stop the thirst of the sands. As the water receded, so did the people, swallowed by time, remembered in song alone. To the south once sprawled Lake Chad, a freshwater sea that could drown entire modern nations. Its banks were lush, its fish immense, its abundance unmatched. Now it survives as a fragile remnant, Lake Chad, shrinking under heat and human need. From orbit, satellites still trace its ancient borders, ghost lines marking what was. And then there is the Eye of the Sahara, spiraling in Mauritania like a planetary fingerprint. Once mistaken for Atlantis, it's now read as the memory of a collapsed volcanic dome, its rings older than myth. Today, astronauts walk its stone curves, testing their limits for journeys beyond Earth. Rovers bound for Mars begin their story in sand that once knew pharaohs. For the Sahara is more than desert. It is a living paradox, hiding time, revealing truth, and reminding us nothing stands forever. Not rivers, not kings, not even sand. This isn't just art, it's a voice across time. A message etched in ochre and iron, sealed in silence for 10 millennia. In 1956, amid Algeria's scorched interior, Archaeologists stumbled upon Earth's oldest open-air museum. Not a handful, but more than 10,000 images, each a whisper from an ancient world. Motionless on stone, yet vibrating with forgotten breath. What they uncovered rewrote the story of the Sahara and humanity. These weren't idle markings or doodles born of boredom. They were declarations crafted with intention, elegance, and soul. The artist used nature's first palette, red from iron, white from clay, black from charcoal. Each pigment merged into the rock through chemical miracles only the desert could conjure. This wasn't painting, it was elemental transformation. Step closer, and the stone seems to speak. A smile, drawn when mammoths still walk the earth. Chariots, racing across the past, long before the pharaohs laid their first stones. And boats gliding where no water remains. When fragments reached Europe, old ideas shattered. The Sahara had never been primitive. These creators mastered technique that would later echo in Renaissance halls. Their lines carried movement, depth, and memory. They weren't just artists, they were astronomers, thinkers, storytellers. Today, digital scans peel back the dust of centuries. Hidden parades, resurrected symbols, tales reborn in pixels and light. Still, Bush, mystery lingers. Why this place? Why these visions? Were they warnings, lessons, or silent prayers to the future? Some stories aren't meant to end, they're meant to endure. Carved in stone, echoing forever. The first people of the Sahara were no mere drifters through sand. Long before the dunes rose, they thrived in a landscape of lakes, rivers, and open grasslands. They nurtured a rich hunting culture, skilled, organized, and deeply rooted in the rhythm of the land. Their story isn't told through scrolls or libraries. It's carved into stone, bold, enduring, and astonishingly vivid. Engravings show hunters gliding in canoes, chasing hippos through rivers now reduced to dust. Elephants and buffalo once roamed freely, pursued across wide plains that no longer exist. These images reveal more than survival. They capture intelligence, cooperation, and purpose. Scattered nearby, stone tools speak of craftsmanship honed over generations. Flint spearheads shaped with deadly accuracy. Axes crafted not just for function, but with balance and finesse. Fragments of pottery lie buried in the sand, adorned with deliberate geometric designs. Not simply vessels, but expressions of both necessity and creativity. Some pieces bear repeating marks, symbols not yet deciphered. A proto-script born in the heart of Africa, etched by people long lost to time. If so, their legacy reaches far beyond art. It touches the roots of recorded human thought. Their world was once blue with water and green with life. Crocodiles basked beside lakes. Birds nested along the shores. Only one small lake remains today, hidden in the Hoggar Mountains, a relic of a lost age. The transformation was abrupt and unforgiving. Fertile wetlands gave way to arid silence. But before collapse, life was plentiful. Fish bones unearthed from campfires revealed diets rich in freshwater catch. Seeds and husks of wild grains suggest seasonal harvests and a diverse food culture. These were not aimless wanderers, they were planners, cultivators, survivors. The complexity of their carvings implies a society with roles, responsibilities, and vision. Scenes of communal dances and ceremonies hint at social unity. Perhaps the elders' guided strategy. Perhaps the shamans interpreted the stars or spoke for the spirits. But then, the skies changed. Rains dwindled, animals migrated, rivers disappeared. A brutal choice emerged: adapt or abandon. Some followed the green southward. Others stayed in evolving with the shifting sands. Tools became lighter, more mobile. Pottery lost its decorative flair, focusing on function. Still, their disappearance remains a riddle. Was it only drought, or did hunger, war, or disease help unravel their world? Excavations offer glimpses, but the full truth remains elusive. Their symbols endure, etched in silence, waiting for the moment we finally listen. The Sahara doesn't merely hold history, it breathes it, slowly bound into the silence. Beneath its endless dunes lies not just memory, but a quiet dialogue between Earth and humanity. When archaeologists unearth a chipped stone blade, they're not retrieving a tool, they're touching the dawn of invention. A 1.2 million year old hand axe, its edge still whispering the echo of long-vanished prey. Nearby radar scans reveal a lost riverbed, lined with stone tools, as if an ancient workshop still waits beneath the surface. The Sahara's cliffs form the oldest library without walls. At Tassili, Niger, cave murals flicker in firelight, giraffes led by tall, otherworldly figures, swimmers lost in vanished lakes, and floating forms eerily human. The same ochre paint endures, but its original formula has slipped through time's fingers. Yet the desert doesn't just preserve, it maps migration, memory, and meaning. In Agadez, a Tuareg boot once revealed a Roman coin, ordinary, until Sanskrit was found along its rim. Proof of merchants bridging continents long before global trade had a name. From space, ancient caravan trails align with stars, drawn with celestial precision. Navigation by starlight, thousands of years before the compass was born. In 2012, beneath the adobe streets of Chinguetti, 6,000 manuscripts emerged, inked on gazelle hide. Inside were texts on astronomy, medicine, and a description of a supernova that lit the sky in 1054 Anno Domini. As Europe slept through its dark ages, Saharan eyes watched the heavens. But the desert's most valuable legacy lies not in riches, but in remembrance. At Gobero, archaeologists found a Stone Age burial ground unlike any other. Children were buried with turtle shell toys, a quiet moment of love preserved in sand. Fingerprints fossilized on clay vessels still tell of hands that shaped them. Today, with no shovel, LiDAR reveals lost cities beneath the Fazan, urban grids matching Roman reports of the Garamantes. Incredibly, some irrigation tunnels still flow, home to blind fish that have never seen daylight. Here, survival meant balance, not conquest. In 2019, a tomb opened to reveal a mummy preserved not by ritual, but by desert breath. The walls held water-finding instructions, still passed down among Tuareg elders today. This desert doesn't stand still. It evolves, shifting with each gust of wind. As dunes move, new relics appear. A Viking spear in Morocco, Ming porcelain in Mali, fragments of scrolls that may have come from Alexandria. The Sahara was never emptiness. It was the meeting point of worlds. Not a barrier, but a bridge. Its greatest treasure is not what time has erased, but what it still reveals. Human brilliance written into stone and sand. And now, Swan, as climate and wind peel back its layers, the Sahara prepares to tell yet another chapter, one that may redefine everything we thought we knew. In 2020, a team of German scientists uncovered something extraordinary beneath the Sahara's desolate crust. Near the border between Egypt and Sudan, ground-penetrating radar exposed a hidden giant. Beneath the blistering sands lay a colossal underground lake, silent, dark, and ancient. Spanning 100,000 square kilometers, it's roughly the size of Iceland Dome. Within it rests an estimated 100 billion cubic meters of water, untouched for millennia. This reservoir may once have nourished the flourishing landscapes of the Green Sahara. It fed rivers, sustained wetlands, and kept the desert heartland alive. Along its shores, ancient life took root. Villages emerged, blossoming near flowing waters and fertile plains. Petroglyphs carved into nearby rocks show boats drifting across calm lakes. Fish bones found at archaeological sites confirm aquatic life thrived here. This subterranean lake links long scattered fragments of the Sahara's forgotten past. It suggests a vast ecosystem once pulsed through this now arid expanse. Herds grazed, Birds nested, and people gathered along its banks. But time shifted. The rains vanished. The lake receded, sinking further into the Earth's body. Wind and dust conspired to erase it. Over centuries, it disappeared from view, buried beneath stone and silence. Reaching it now means drilling through layers of ancient, unyielding rock. Still, its presence stirs a powerful question. Could this hidden lake breathe life into the Sahara once more? Some scientists dream boldly of deserts reborn. They envision green fields stretching across the dunes, forests rising from dust, villages returning to life. A second green Sahara, nourished by water older than humanity. But dreams must contend with reality. Tapping into the reservoir would be staggeringly expensive. No one knows the condition of the water. Is it drinkable or dangerously saline? Has its chemistry changed after being locked away for ages? This water predates civilization, one geologist noted. It may even predate the human species. Theories of its origin vary. Some believe it's the remnant of an ancient sea. Others suggest it was sealed beneath the surface by shifting tectonic plates. Whatever the truth, its discovery has reshaped how we view the Sahara. No longer just a wasteland, but a layered archive of possibility. In a world facing water scarcity, the implications are immense. Governments eye the lake with equal parts hope and hesitation. But the Sahara doesn't yield its secrets easily, it guards them fiercely. And the lake beneath may remain what it has always been, a buried dream, waiting for the courage or wisdom to awaken it. The wind doesn't scream across this place, it whispers, barely louder than a sigh. Its voice is ancient, drifting across golden plains in delicate, breath-like murmurs. Dunes shaped by centuries respond in silence, their curves softened by time. Beneath this stillness, a secret lingers, buried under layers of forgotten air. While the world turns its gaze to the Nile and the monuments it inspired, there's another Egypt few ever speak of. One carved not by water, but by silence. No cities mark this Egypt, only emptiness and sand stretching beyond memory. He walks toward the edge of certainty, where maps blur into the unknown. With Libya fading behind him and the Nile lost to the east, he stands in a nameless expanse. There are no markers here, no road, no walls, no familiar path. Yet something calls, and he listens. Dropping to his knees, he parts the sand with reverence. What emerges isn't just an artifact, it's a fragment of something older than any dynasty. A single edge of stone, its geometry too clean to be chance. Not crafted by nature, but shaped by hands long vanished into history. This desert wasn't always a sea of sand. Around 10,000 years ago, long before the rise of pharaohs or the concept of royalty, rain regularly nourished this land. The Sahara once bloomed with life, its surface carved by rivers and covered in green. Giraffes roamed open savannas, while crocodiles rested under dense canopies. Human life didn't merely endure, it thrived. Their stories were etched into stone, their daily lives immortalized on rock walls. Homes, tools, and memories now lie buried beneath centuries of drifting sand. In the remote heart of the desert, archaeologists uncovered Wadi Sura, the cave of the swimmers, where figures float across stone panels, echoes of ancient lakes. Today, only dust remains, cloaking what was once a living world. What caused the change? The monsoons retreated, skies dried, and rivers vanished. Grasslands gave way to dunes, and the people, bearing their culture and gods, journeyed eastward. There, along the narrow strip of a river that still flowed, the civilization of Egypt began. The desert never truly forgets. Though its winds may cover and conceal, they do not erase. Beneath the silence, it carries memories deeper than any history book. In 2007, satellites scanning Egypt's western reaches detected something unexpected. Faint circles etched in the sand, and long, straight lines like forgotten roads beneath the surface. Could this have been a buried city? A vanished temple, hidden beneath centuries of shifting dust? Or was it nothing more than illusion, shapes formed by time and wind? The desert offers no easy answers, only silence and mystery. In the 1930s, Hungarian explorer Laszlo Almasi set out across the vast Libyan-Egyptian desert. His name may sound familiar. He inspired the character in The English Patient. But this wasn't about love. It was about pursuit, fueled by obsession. Almasi believed in Zerzura, a lost white city said to lie beyond the desert's reach. Ancient Arabic writings described it. Traders passed down its legend in quiet murmurs. They spoke of a city filled with riches, watched over by silent guardians and towering black-skinned protectors. For years, he followed the clues. Zerzura never surfaced. But something else did. In remote caves, Almasi stumbled upon ancient art. Painted walls depicted dancers, cattle herds, and scenes from another world. These images weren't just decoration, they felt like memories etched in stone. And their age stunned historians. They predated the pharaohs. They existed before a single word was written, before Egypt had a name. Why does this matter now? Because it shifts how we understand Egypt's roots. Maybe Egypt wasn't formed in isolation. Maybe it was born from the desert. As the Sahara dried, people migrated east, bringing sacred stories, symbols, and visions. The Nile provided water, but the desert carried the soul. And in that silence, their memory became myth, and myth gave rise to monuments still standing today. The voices beneath. When a storm passes and the sands fall still, shepherds sometimes spot the glint of forgotten things. Statues emerging from the dunes, half submerged, eyes closed by time. Fragments of obsidian blades shimmer under the sun, crafted by hands lost to history. Arrowheads rise from the dust like whispers from unnamed cultures. In Gilf Kabir, that immense plateau in Egypt's southwest, caves do more than preserve art. They hold maps carved into rock, constellations anchored in ancient skies. Etched paths snake across stone, roads to nowhere, or perhaps to places we can no longer find. Walls wear symbols and lines, scripts no linguist has yet translated. Who carved them? More importantly, why? What truths did they seal beneath the dunes? What messages did they hope would survive? Some claim the past has vanished. But the desert says otherwise. Because after nightfall, when heat leaves the earth, the wind changes. It doesn't cry out. It sings. A quiet but steady murmur weaving through stone valleys, like a memory trying to speak again. To stand in this desert is to become smaller than silence itself. Yet even in that stillness, something moves below. Not bricks or bones. But thought. Doubt. Possibility. Perhaps we've misunderstood Egypt entirely. What if its story didn't emerge from the Nile, but withdrew into it? Our journey begins not by following the river's flow, but by turning away. Into dunes that conceal more than they share. Toward temples erased by time, cities fallen off maps, tombs claimed by no one. The Sahara doesn't forget. It waits, and when it finally speaks, it begins with wind. The Sahara doesn't just test life, it perfects it. At first light, a darkling beetle ascends a dune, its grooved shell capturing fog like nature's own water purifier. Nearby, a fennec fox listens intently, its oversized ears cooling its blood while detecting insects 3 feet beneath the sand. Here, Every creature wears evolution like armor. Each adaptation a masterpiece shaped by need. Camels, the ultimate desert alchemists, turn fat into water and stamina into survival. Their nostrils close tight against storms, while dense lashes form living curtains of dust protection. At twilight, a caravan halts where maps mark nothing, but the lead camel smells hidden water 50 feet below. Tuareg nomads read the terrain like scripture. The angle of drifting sand foretells storms days in advance. A single date palm shadow can mark the boundary between life and death at noon. Even tea, in the desert, becomes a sacred ritual, each drop poured with reverence, each sip a celebration of survival. Children grow up fluent in sand, distinguishing 16 shades of grain before they can write their name. Midday silence is so complete, you can hear your own pulse echoing in your ears. Then, a faint shift, as a horned viper sidewinds elegantly across scorched earth, touching ground in only 2 places. As the sun vanishes, the heat retreats violently. Thermometers would short out in protest. The stars emerge so intensely, they cast pale shadows on the sand. Jerboas spring 6 feet sideways on their elastic hind legs, biological pogo sticks built for escape. Silver ants race the clock, foraging only 8.3 minutes, the exact duration their proteins can withstand the heat. A nomad's worn a sandal tells a story. Rubber from old tires, stitched with goat hair, desert ingenuity in every step. The Milky Way shines so brightly, desert foxes hunt by its ghostly light. Grains of sand hum as they cascade down dunes, resonating at the same pitch as a cello's low moan. A rock twitches, then scuttles away, revealing itself as a spider in flawless mineral disguise. Dawn reveals hyena tracks circling the camp, always just outside the radius of firelight. Women harvest water from desert tubers, using methods passed down for 7 millennia. One vulture's shadow can freeze a gazelle mid-step, evolution refined into instinctual choreography. Heat waves shimmer, warping not just light, but the very perception of time. At the oasis, the palm that offers shade also hosts fungi, whose roots contain natural medicine. Nomadic astronomers read moon cycles in the behavior of scorpions, changing their hunt patterns. Nothing moves without reason. Even tumbleweeds spiral with precision, sowing life in their wake. The desert never announces its laws, you must earn them, slowly, through reverence and observation. Because here, survival doesn't mean conquering nature, it means learning her language, one blistering lesson at a time. Stained onto parchment. Cast across shadow. Wrapped in silence. But not every truth in this desert is a whisper. Some echoes arrive like drum beats, loud, clear, deliberate. There were those who crossed these lands not to disappear, but to link one world to another. They traveled with salt and scent. With camels, chants, and stars to steer them. No paved roads followed them, only alignments of light and belief. Their journeys stitched together sacred places. Bound pharaohs to pilgrims. Bound Egypt to something vaster. And that is where we turn next. To the paths of exchange. To the roots of stories older than script. To trails where the invisible still clings to the dust. Because some histories were never meant to sleep in tombs. They were meant to move. And the desert still carries them. Like wind that remembers.